Yule Cat. The Yule Cat is a monster from Icelandic folklore, a huge and vicious cat said to lurk about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eat people who have not received any new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve. The threat of the Yule Cat was used by farmers as an incentive for workers to finish processing the autumn wool before Christmas, with perceptions of the Yule Cat as a man-eating beast being popularised by poet Jóhannes úr Kötlum. Although referred to as an ancient tradition, written accounts of the Yule Cat have only been found as recently as the 19th century. Befana the Witch. Forget Santa Claus on December the 25th, as in Italy, all the action takes place on the evening of January the 5th. According to folklore, an old woman known as Befana the Witch visits the kids to fill their stockings with candy and presents if they were well behaved. And just like Santa, Befana enters through the chimney and is left treats, typically wine and local delicacies. Spider on the Tree. In Ukraine, Christmas trees are decorated differently from your traditional tinsel, baubles and a star. They are decorated with a fake spider and webs. This custom, which is said to bring good luck, comes from an old wives' tale about a poor woman who could not afford to decorate her tree. On the night of Christmas Eve, she went to bed upset that she could not have decorated it as she wanted to. When she awoke the next morning, she had found that a spider had covered the tree in a glittering web as decoration. Greenland's delicacies. If you think that sprouts for Christmas dinner are bad, then you should try some of Greenland's Christmas delicacies. One of them is matak, which is raw whale skin with blubber. And the other one is kiviak, which is an auk. That is a small bird wrapped inside of a seal's skin, then buried for several months. It is dug up and then eaten once it is decomposed. Delicious. Roller skating to church. If you ever happen to be in Caracas, Venezuela, early on Christmas morning, you'll find the streets closed to traffic as hundreds of people roller skate to mass. Sometimes, children will even tie a piece of rope to one of their toes and let it dangle out of the window as they go to sleep the night before. The following morning on their way to church, passing skaters will tug at any rope they see hanging from a window to wake the child to watch the spectacle. Kalakantzaros. According to Greek folklore, these subterranean goblins come to the surface every year during the 12 days of Christmas. During the rest of the year, they remain underground, soaring away at the world tree so it will collapse and the earth along with it. However, once they are near their final cuts, Christmas comes around and they forget their original task. They then surface and terrorise humanity. After Christmas is ended, they return to their underground dwellings to find that the tree has healed itself, so that they must begin their sinister work all again. Loksa. While a sixpence in a Christmas pudding is considered a good luck token in Britain, in Slovakia they have a far messier tradition regarding their dessert to secure future happiness. It is tradition for the man of the house to hurl a spoonful of traditional dessert, loksa, which is made from poppy seeds, honey, milk and bread, up at the ceiling, and the more that sticks, the better luck you shall receive. Mary Clywed. In the Welsh region of Glamorgan, there is a very strange tradition called Mary Clywed, in which a horse's skull is put on the end of a stick and covered in a white cloth before being paraded around town. The procession will stop off at houses along the way and try to gain entry to them by taking part in a polka. This is kind of like a rap battle, but instead reciting traditional improvised verses to music to poke fun at each other. The group would be able to enter the house if they win, and with it, there is more singing, drinking, and exchanging of gifts. They sometimes put a spring in the horse's mouth, so its jaw can open and close. KFC Christmas. Japan isn't a country whose citizens typically celebrate Christmas, as not a lot of the population are Christians. But for those who are, and for the tourists, KFC ran an extremely successful advertising campaign in the 1970s. Using the slogan Kurisa Masuni wa Kentucky, which means Kentucky for Christmas, it is now a tradition on Christmas Eve to have a delicious bucket of fried chicken, with some people even having to book months in advance. Christmas goat. Christmas goats have a big role in Swedish Christmas celebrations, from small ornaments to gigantic goats, like the one in the city of Gävle. The big Gävle goat is set up every year in December and is famous for being vandalised or burnt down frequently. Since 1966, the straw goat has survived until Christmas Day only 13 times. An arsonist succeeded in 2012, burning the goat to the ground. Since then, security and even more measures have been improved to stop it from happening again.